Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you're all doing really well. Following on from my previous updates, we'll be taking a look at HBAR in this video, also quickly touching on Quant as there's a bit of news, and also a brief update on XLM or Stellar. First things first, if we take a look at the crypto bubbles for the market overview, we can see that the majority of the market is bleeding out at the moment. I've said it before and I'll say it again, this is usually a time to be DCAing into positions. A great piece of advice or a saying effectively is buy on red days, sell on green days. If you tend to try and stick to that kind of logic, you won't stray too far wrong. If we scroll down, we can see that Hedera has been pretty flat across the board for the entire week, movement of a couple of percent. That's kind of wiped out that 10% gain we saw from the exchange listing. Same goes for coins such as Quant and Engine, for example, a few percent down, 11% there on the week. So anyway, that's a brief market update. Let's jump into some Hedera news or HBAR news. So this is a article over on the Daily Hodl, and it's actually just a tweet from Credible Crypto. So if you guys haven't heard of Credible Crypto, obviously you can check him out. He's over on Twitter as well. But he mentions, history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And he's basically looking at the weekly demand of Hedera Hashgraph and the potential for HBAR to break out of this stagnant channel that has kind of been stuck within. He also talks about Bitcoin as well. I suspect that we're going to head up to 45 to 47k. I don't normally touch on technical analysis. I'm less concerned about the day-to-day price movements, unless you're a quant, like an actual quant trader, like a quant fund, or you're using bots or something. I think it's better just to look at the macro perspective of how markets are moving, be less concerned in trying to swing the market, and just invest into things you genuinely believe in and you see use cases in. This is kind of what this channel is all about. I kind of bring you the news on these projects and the macro landscape of them, and what direction they're heading within, whether that be positive or negative. Anyway, that was a brief update on that. Not only that as well, on the NASDAQ, so NASDAQ is another large exchange in the US, similarly akin to the New York Stock Exchange, and they recently just reposted an article titled "Can Hedera Reach $1?" This was originally contributed by 𝗟𝗜𝗡𝗥𝗥𝗔𝗟𝗦, written on the Motley Fool. Not the biggest fan of the Motley Fool, but nevertheless, it actually goes into some decent technical detail about Hedera and what Hashgraph is, as well as the key differentiators. For example, it can handle 10,000 transactions per second, far more than Bitcoin or Ethereum, things we've spoken about plenty of times on this channel, and can confirm transactions, so that's the finality, in 3 to 5 seconds. A lot of projects within the space may have small or quick transaction times, but the finality isn't taken into consideration, so it's not a true representation of how fast a transaction can be processed. It also talks about the energy benefits of HBAR and why it's incredibly green, as well as the asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance of the network, which is pretty much unique. Naturally, there being Phantom. However, I digress. I don't want to talk in this video about the rumors surrounding the Phantom project. Not only that, this article in reality really just goes to show how far the reach of HBAR is coming in 2022. The fact that we're now seeing articles about HBAR being posted on the NASDAQ, and you've got outlets such as the Motley Fool covering this project, is fantastic for its exposure, as well as it joining new platforms such as eToro. This is brilliant for the long-term future of this project. I'll leave this in the description if you guys want to take a closer look. Not only that as well, touching on from a comment I received in a previous video and talking about the New York Stock Exchange's filings with DLA Piper for its NFT marketplace, someone pointed out, and it was a really good spot, that DLA Piper has integrated the Hedera token service. So naturally, DLA Piper is a governing council member, but it's got a token called Toko, the Toko's tokenization platform to enhance the performance, security, and stability of enterprise-grade digital assets. So use case, asset tokenization, industry being finance, digital asset creation engine that couples the compliance and regulatory rigor of a global law firm with the innovative technology solutions of tomorrow. It helps to solve the inefficiencies of today's capital markets, leveraging the best of the distributed ledger technology available. So Ethereum and alternative public blockchains prove to have expensive and unpredictable fees, sluggish transaction speeds, forking, and unfair transaction ordering. This is where they're talking about gossip-to-gossip protocols. DLA Piper required a public distributed ledger that offers a native tokenization with speed, cost-effectiveness, and compliance. They also required the ability for permissioned blockchain framework transactions to be time-stamped and publicly verifiable. This is really important because if the New York Stock Exchange does start to put together a NFT marketplace, these types of features are incredibly important. Native tokenization, speed, cost effectiveness, and compliance, as well as permission blockchain frameworks for transactions to be time-stamped and publicly verifiable, are all paramount if you are moving a financial system which has over $500 trillion of money floating around onto a blockchain or a Hashgraph system. Incredibly important. Anyway, why am I bringing this up? Well, DLA Piper have filed the New York Stock Exchange's NFT marketplace application. They also have this Toko platform, which is built on Hedera. There could be some ties here that the New York Stock Exchange has not only chosen DLA Piper for its credentials as a law firm, but also for the fact that they have built this use case with this Toko, and it could feature as part of the application and their ideal roadmap for the NFT marketplace. So I will continue to produce news on this or report on the news effectively of any developments that happen, because this is seriously, seriously massive for the entire crypto space. And as mentioned a few times, this completely meshes the two markets together, or at least begins to mesh the markets, the worlds of equity and the worlds of crypto, and mass adoption in general. This could be a huge catalyst to propel the industry forward 5 or 10 years sooner than we would have thought. That's enough of Hedera for now, or HBAR. We'll have a quick chat about Quant. So again, Quant has seen some pretty drastic price depreciation over the last few weeks and months. Potentially a good place to begin to build a position, but nevertheless, they have a new listing. So the platform Uphold, which is mainly, I think, American based, but the platform Uphold has said hello to some new tokens. So Quant and New Cipher are now on the Uphold platform. So again, this is great. As with any type of listing on an exchange, it just increases the visibility of the asset, as well as improves the liquidity behind it and the potential for new customers to pick it up, therefore driving up the price. So some great news for Quant there. The last thing I want to talk about as well is XLM or Stellar. I think I did a video on this way back when I first sort of created the channel, but quite bullish on XLM in general, just due to how fast and responsive the network is, similar to kind of HBAR. Naturally, a lot of the functions that XLM can do in a perfect world, HBAR could actually replace, but we will see a battle of the fittest, and some of these chains will sort of still coexist together. Anyway, the bullish case for XLM and the Stellar ecosystem. So XLM's recent price action could be supported by several bullish developments on the Stellar ecosystem. Danelle Dixon, the CEO at Stellar Development Foundation, SDF, summarized some of these use cases hosted on the ecosystem and impacting the real world. Dixon mentioned the partnership with MoneyGram, so a big partnership there, which has allowed the payment company to provide its users with a way to seamlessly convert USDC to cash or cash to USDC. This is pretty big. Like we see anytime the markets have a bit of a shock or a scare, they get spooked. We see a lot of the crypto assets get liquidated from altcoins and move into tokens such as USDC or USDT. This creates a gateway from the fiat and crypto and vice versa, and helps protect people. With its low costs and fast settlement improvements, XLM is a great way to provide this swap function. Dixon has also highlighted the Stellar-based use case developed with Tribal Credit, which enables merchants in Mexico to send local currency payments to the United States. So these are remittance-based payments. These payments are received by US-based businesses in dollars, which remove trading friction for small and medium-sized operations, thus potentially onboarding more companies onto the Stellar ecosystem. In addition, Leaf Global FinTech has developed a solution with UNICEF-backed digital wallet that lets people save money in multiple currencies to help refugees to protect themselves against inflation, move money across borders, and protect themselves against theft. Dixon concluded with the following: blockchain is real, it's here, and it's solving real-world problems. It's time we start talking about how it's already unlocking new opportunities for migrant workers, refugees, the unbanked, and small and medium businesses across the globe. So real big bullish case here for XLM in terms of the way the SDF is moving towards these minute or niche use cases for refugees, remittance payments and stuff. Quite a little bit of a competitor to XRP, but a seriously impressive chain as well with a lot of potential. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update video. Like I said, there'll be more coming in the future. Please leave a like, comment, engage with this video. It really helps the channel out. The future videos will be covering some more HBAR news as it gets released. Anyway, guys, take care. Cheers all.